Let's talk about the right to disconnect stuff that has been playing out today. Now, again, I was watching this and I sort of have heard business groups and lots of people turning around and talking about what the potential consequences, how terrible they all are. And all of that's correct, right? But the politics behind this is because more people are employees than there are bosses. And let's be honest, most people don't like their job, right? I'm lucky I got the best one in the world, the dream one here, right? So where this policy stands, which, yes, Bronwyn is absolutely in service of unions and all the rest of it, but a very, maybe not most, let me just say a very significant minority of people, they hate their work, they hate their job. They don't want to do it. They have to do it because that's the only thing they do to put the food on the table, right? So they believe, I don't want the email, I work start to finish and that's it. And I'm saying that what was interesting here is this started out as fines for bosses, and then the reality of many employment scenarios is you're going to get an email or you're going to get a phone call outside of hours. They went, oh, we're not going to fine every business in the country, so we're just going to put in a thing where maybe you go to Fair Work. There's always more devil in the detail, and I have a feeling that we're kind of debating the distraction, not the actual bill.
Well, the whole of industrial relations legislation that's gone through was distracted by the voice. It was not examined. And I've told you before, I went to those lectures I have to do to keep my practicing certificate, and the legislation is so complicated that people who are really informed can't tell you what it means until there's some case law. So this third tranche is even worse. So, yes, we're talking about this, but what a nonsensical thing to say. In an era when everybody wakes up in the morning and looks at their phone, you're connected to your iPad or your telephone or your whatever. Doesn't matter whether you like your job or not like your job, you still got your nose in the phone, and the younger generations come through, can't live without it.
Yeah, correct.
So what a load of rubbish. What a load of rubbish. The Minister for Unions really obviously got pinned by someone that he wants a favour from.
Well, but also it's this, correct, but also it's this scenario where you can't have it both ways. You can't have ultimate connectivity to your friends while at work,
yes,
and then when you're at home with your friends, no talk from the boss. Like, because there's plenty of social that melds in while people are doing this, they're doing that as well.
Yeah,
and they want to work at home as well.
Correct.
I mean, what a nonsense.
I think this has got the best of intentions, and I think there is.
Oh, Joe, it hasn't.
I think it is done with genuine good intentions, but
Why
it's
would
going
you
to be
think that, Joe?
It's going to be so fraught because I was talking to someone. I was talking to someone on the weekend.
He's saying it's a bad idea.
No, I'll just say the opposite. You could argue with that if you want. So I was talking to someone on the weekend. We're talking about we're obsessed with schools and everything at the moment, and trying to see where our kids going and everything, blah blah blah. And someone said they sent an email. They just thought of something that they wanted. They realised they need to do. They didn't want to forget. They sent an email to a teacher, one of their kids' teachers, quite late in the evening, and said, "I'm so sorry. Please, I don't want you to answer this now at all. But I'm just writing it while I'm doing some work and while I think of it. Blah 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 blah. No rush whatsoever. Please, we love you. You're doing a wonderful job. Blah blah blah." And of course, 2 minutes later, he's amazed that he gets a reply from the teacher like straight away. And it's kind of one of those things where is the teacher, technically that person's not the teacher's boss, but a parent of a child at a school. I think it was a private school where he's paying the fee.
Joe,
so
we live in an age of connectivity, and you would expect it, and it goes on all the time.
That's right. So would you then say, all right, well, parents can't contact teachers outside of 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Do you get to...
But see, I think I've worked out, I'm trying to play, I'm trying to think in the mind, not of the person playing 4D chess, but, playing sort of one-dimensional Connect 4 here, right, which is Tony Burke. Now, I think that there's a chance, there's just a little chance, and the giveaway was the line from the Prime Minister today, that unless you're paid to work 24/7, you shouldn't be contactable 24/7, right? Which just got me thinking, what are the chances the union movement's going to turn around and ask for a special allowance to be contactable? Now, otherwise, this would be an outright pay rise. But just like there's a difference between a levy, which means 63% of that bottle of Bundy is tax, and a tax that means 63% of that bottle of Bundy is tax. I reckon, mark my words, next 12 months, it'll be a cost of connectivity and you'll have to pay X dollars an hour above to be able to send them an email.
But this already exists. Anyone who works for a minister, works for a member of parliament, particularly for ministers, there's a built-in into their contract that they can be contracted 24 hours a day and they get a loading.
But I think, Paul's saying, like, all
already
workers will
there.
now suddenly, the unions will then say, right, if you want to be able to contact any of your employees.
I'm saying the kid
outside
who
of
works for
hours.
Woolies will end up
Exactly.
getting with a little
Remember the-
email. But you know what the demand's going to be
SPC, I think
today?
it was, had the shiny can allowance.
yep.
You know, oh, the glare
Yep,
off the new
yep.
cans. I can't take it.
Just mark my words. And you saw today, and again, they're very clever. They're very good at what they do.
just ways
They
the
know
Minister
that
for
most people in
Unions.
the media will cover narrative, not news. Today, did you hear the report that was done by the unions about how exploitative companies were and ripping everyone off while it's all mixed in with the overall cost of living debate? So just watch where this goes. The distraction today is about contactability. The claim later down the track will be, well, it's in the law, and if you want to go around the law, you'll have to pay for the privilege.
Hang on a minute. I think me and my wife both work for the same, because we're contractors, we both work for the same family company.
Oh.
If I email her,
You're in
point.
breach.
and then,
You're making our
Hey,
point, mate.
no, but wait, turn it.
What
stop
about
her.
if you're in bed together and you speak to each other? My God.
I could stop her from contacting me ever again.
Just try it,
This
pal.
is amazing.
Just try it, pal. It'll be worse than the Fair Work Commission coming after you.